Hello, everyone. I am Dan Stapleton.
And I'm Michael Raparez.
And, Michael, I've heard a disturbing rumor
What's that?
that you are toast.
I will be toast. I am only bread now, as you can see. But I can flop around confusingly and slather myself in jam and broken glass to make myself delicious.
That is some impressively tough bread that you are.
It is really.
And this is
floppy bread also.
And you've reviewed this game.
I have. I'm reviewing it for you guys. Gave it a 7.2. But I do really enjoy this, even though this is, it's by the same people who made Surgeon Simulator, and it is about as vexing in that you can see these four little icons on the corners of my bread. They each correspond to a trigger button right now. I could also set them to keyboard keys, but that's not quite as comfortable for whatever reason. I couldn't really find a combination that worked well, but that's sort of the point, because...
So here's what I don't get.
Yeah.
Bread can't do this.
No, it can't. It's I guess, magical bread. It's never really explained why bread can do this.
But you said that there is a story.
There is a story that's told between levels. You get these little dispatches, these notes from this psychiatrist who's treating this disgruntled old man, and he reacts to the psychiatrist to the destruction you wreak on his house as this piece of bread, and the psychiatrist is just convinced he's insane. So you're driving a poor, innocent old man to insanity.
So it's a feel-good story.
Oh, absolutely. And you get to destroy his house at the same time, which is, just a bonus. So you can see my edibility has gone down a bit because I've been touching some gross things. I'm going to touch something even grosser now. You can see there's ants on the table there. Normally you don't want to touch these, but oh no, my edibility is going down. I have to be careful.
So this is basically the 5-second rule of the game.
Yes. Yeah, basically. And yeah, you have to watch that edibility meter. It's, if that goes down, you're essentially dead.
It's your health.
Yes, it's your health. And you can also climb, which, is another thing that most bread can't do. But you have to watch that grip meter at the top, or you'll go falling into something you probably don't want to fall into. And you have to be really careful not to do things like this. It's a big physics playground. Oh god, oh no.
I like how you're still covered in ants.
Yeah, and yet still 46% edible.
Yeah, you can eat most of that.
Yep.
Just eat around the ants.
Yeah, this is one usually with these review commentaries. It's sort of difficult to play and talk at the same time, but that's sort of the point here. This game's kind of made for YouTube fodder, and watching someone bumble is a big part of the thrill of watching it, if you can call it a thrill.
It's physical comedy. I mean, same thing with...
It really is.
Same thing with Octodad and Surgeon Simulator.
And QWOP, QWOP, however you're supposed to pronounce that.
But it's one of those games where the fun is in failing hilariously.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
And there is a point. You're supposed to toast yourself in the story mode at the end of each level. You have to find a toaster, but this is the only level with a toaster, so you have to find alternate means of toasting yourself in every other level, like a radiator or a TV that you can explode with a bowling ball, or just any source of heat or fire, really. I think I might be able to activate one such thing right now, if I can get a grip on these stove controls, which are a little bit difficult. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Now we're literally cooking with gas.
That's actually an electric stove.
Yeah.
Clearly an electric range.
All right. Well, yes.
I'm going to call...
We're cooking with electricity.
I'm going to call BS on you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Remove the literally. Figuratively cooking with gas. But you can see in the lower right now, there are those little percentage meters, and that shows how done your piece of toast is. So I flipped over, doing the other side now, and we're about to make a perfect piece of toast.
Wait for it. Well, slightly overcooked. 6%.
Yeah, slightly. Okay, nearly perfect. Perfect enough for a piece of toast that's 46% edible and covered with garbage. So, yay, we got a C rating.
Those ants really give it a little extra crunch.
Yeah, a little bit of protein for those who are into that. The scoring system's a little bit unforgiving because there's so much in the environment that can reduce your edibility. So it's difficult to get the A++ scores and really excel at this, but that's
Michael,
part of the challenge.
When it comes to toast, we can't really afford to be anything less than very perfect discrimination.
Absolutely.
Discriminating.
Well, you wouldn't want to put anything in your mouth that isn't perfect.
Right. I settle for no less than 100% toast.
Oh. Well, there are a bunch of other interesting modes in this game that make it really shine. I think this is Rampage, where you switch out your piece of whole wheat for a baguette. It's a very angry, destructive baguette, as you can see. And you just smash things and cling to things, and this is kind of what the physics playground aspect is all about.
Now here it just turns into straight up Goat Simulator.
Oh yeah, totally. There's a bit of similarity there. Again, scoring can be pretty unforgiving. I actually thought it was a bug for a while when I was scoring over 1 million points and still getting an F. But no, you just need to really get a lot of combos, wreak as much havoc as possible, and explore your environment. They're just these huge physics playgrounds you can run amok in. And in Rampage, it fills it with all sorts of breakable stuff. These plates aren't normally here in the story mode, but they're fun to smash through. And oh yes, my baguette is mighty. Yeah, that's fun.
You did run into a few minor performance problems on your PC, not on this one.
Yeah, I did. Well, it's still kind of a buggy game, and some of the bugs are really entertaining. As you're the baguette, it bends in weird ways sometimes when it's not supposed to. You can get stuck in objects that then just sort of stay stuck on you, and you're just bumping around through the level geometry. But I did hit some weird performance snags on my own PC where certain levels would drop down from most of the game would be playable at 30 frames per second, and then all of a sudden it would be 3 frames per second.
Right.
And that would only occur on the final levels, and this level, sadly, so I didn't get to experience the majesty of Rampage until just a little bit ago, and still got an F, so I kind of suck. But there is one other mode that I want to show off here that I think is important to see, and that is 0G. Let's go to the bedroom stage. And we're back. Sorry about the crash. But yeah, the thing with Bagel Race is it puts these linear tracks down, and there's not really much to it beyond that. You're just grabbing the checkpoints, and it's kind of brutal. It's really easy to fall off the track. Your bagel's really unstable. So, unlike the rest of these where failure brings a lot of entertainment value, Bagel Race is just kind of difficult.
But this is red with rockets.
Yeah, 0G. So you can see I've got some booster or thrusters on here, which behave realistically. It sort of transforms the mundane suburban environment into the interior of a spaceship, and challenges you to get around all this stuff and find a way to still toast yourself, rockets and all.
Gotta love that space toast.
But yeah, not including 0G and all these other cool modes. The story mode, which is the main focus of I Am Bread, takes probably around 4 to 6 hours to finish, depending on how good you are and how eager you are to finish it without any assistance. Because after you fail a couple times, these power-ups called Magic Marmalade pop up and basically make you invincible. So it's a great way if you just want to finish the level, or if you want to explore it and find out what you can do in there. They're good for that, but hardcore players will want to avoid the hell out of that.
Well, hardcore player would never even encounter the Magic Marmalade.
That's true. Hardcore players would not fail the 2 times that are required for it to show up.
Just get good. Just be good at it.
Just be good.
Yeah.
Be good, noob. Get good. That's the only advice you need.
Yeah.
And also, have a lot of patience. This is a game that requires a lot of patience, but it's really rewarding. I think it pays off. Well, as you can see, just getting to unlock stuff like this is really cool, and the fact that it has its own physics and its own goals and aesthetics it's a really nice touch.
It's actually kind of a pretty game.
It is. For a game about toast, yes, it's a very pretty game.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
But that's part of its charm.
Yes.
All right. Well, again, you give this a 7.2, which means good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm looking forward to giving this a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anyone should, as long as they're not easily frustrated.
Yeah, unless you have celiac disease, because that toast is not gluten-free.
No, this is not a gluten-free game.
All right. Well, for more on I Am Bread and all bread-related games, and some things that aren't games that are bread-related, stick with IGN. We have those occasionally.